if you do these purification practices, if you do it well, with devotion and regularly, then definitely you will be able to eliminate all the negative karma that you have. As you eliminate negative karma that you have, you will find the negativities in your mind, doubt, anger, hatred, all your delusions will start to relax, will completely start to relax. In fact, if you do this practice well and excellently, you'll be able to have visions of the Buddhas. You'll be able to see them directly. It's like a veil being removed from you. Also, if you do these practices excellently and well, you'll be able to attain the clairvoyant power. So you'll be able to read other people's minds. You'll be able to perceive what people are thinking and seeing. And also you will be able to see other phenomena such as spirits and demons and beings and gods that other people cannot ordinarily see. There are definite people who can perceive and see these things. Definitely it's there. It's been described to a T perfectly how it's like that, perfectly in the scriptures. Obviously, someone had to have seen it to describe it so well, perfect detail. In any case, Vajrasattva is a very powerful practice, very excellent practice. Before Vajrasattva himself was enlightened, he prayed all the time. All the time he prayed. It says, when he vowed to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all beings, he had made a wish. When I become a fully enlightened Buddha, may all beings be purified of their obscurations, their ignorance, and their negative actions simply by hearing my name, seeing my form, thinking of me, or reciting my mantra that contains my name. That was his particular vow, this particular Buddha's vow. Of course, this Buddha can confer long life, health, excellence, wealth, bodhicitta, realization, shunyata, and full enlightenment. Of course, Vajrasattva Buddha has that ability and power. There is no doubt. But his speciality would be purification. His speciality. So any meditation, any kind of prayers, any kind of anything directed toward Vajrasattva will have the immediate power of purifying negative karmas due to the vow that Vajrasattva had made before he had become a Buddha. Therefore, that vow has fruition when he became a fully enlightened being. Therefore, he has the ability and power. Vajrasattva is a very simple and easy Buddha to meditate on. He is the purification power, the purificatory power, and the great compassion for sentient beings that suffer in samsara. This great compassion, wanting to do something for sentient beings, comes in the form of a purification energy that takes on the form of a white Buddha, one face and two arms with two eyes. Then he's holding a beautiful 5-pronged golden vajra, and a beautiful silver bell. The vajra is called dorji in Tibetan, and the bell is called jibu. So vajra and bell he's holding. So Vajrasattva holding the vajra and bell represents his Adamantine essence, his Adamantine mind, for what he is. He has full compassion. The vajra represents complete compassion, complete bodhicitta. Then the bell represents emptiness. Why does it represent emptiness? When you hit the bell, you can perceive and hear a sound. Where does the sound come from? And where does the sound go? It is independent of inherent existence. Think about it. If you say the sound came from this, by hitting it, when we take it apart, is the sound here? Is the sound here? Is the sound here? Is the sound here? When we think about it, where does the sound come from? It is free of inherent existence, or the existence that exists independently. But that's a very tough subject. We leave it for now. The bell represents emptiness. It represents shunyata, or it represents Vajrasattva's realization that all phenomenon, the realization of the reality of all phenomena. Therefore, he is free from samsara. He is out of samsara. By him holding the bell, representing that he is completely free from samsara. And not only free like the Arhat, he also has great compassion that he will work for the sake of sentient beings. So he holds the vajra to his heart level, like so, very gracefully, and then he holds the bell at his hips, and he's slightly bent like that. Slightly bent. He's holding, and his legs are in a kitumba, this vajra posture, full vajra posture, representing that his meditation is completely fulfilled. He has the union of no more learning, completely fulfilled. And his body is white, like a great snow mountain, and 100,000 suns reflecting the light of the snow mountain, and that reflection is the color of his beautiful, glorious, and very, very excellent body. He has the form of a 16-year-old youth, very beautiful and very gentle. He wears 6 ornaments representing the 6 paramitas, the 6 paramitas. So he wears the crown, the earrings, got the armlets and the bracelets. Then he wears a necklace, and he wears the anklets. Then he wears the beautiful clothes of a young Indian prince with a scarf gracefully bedecking his body, going around his shoulders, coming down between the crook of his arm, and then flaring out very beautifully. And he is white in color, sits in the full Vajra posture on a white moon and on the lotus, on a beautiful lotus, white. And he is glorious, he's smiling, he's very happy, and he's very, very forgiving, very, very forgiving. So we visualize this beautiful Vajrasattva on our heads, on our head. At this time, even if you're doing one of the highest yoga tantras, you should not visualize yourself in the form of a deity. It is very inauspicious because deities do not have delusions and negative karmas to purify. If you're doing it according to the highest yoga tantra, the Vajrasattva will have a consort, but for our purposes, he is without a consort, solitary. With or without is the same. So in this case, he is solitary, white and glorious in color, very beautiful, resting on your head of you in your ordinary body, with a Vajra and bell light, so smiling. Then we exercise the 4 opponent powers. First, we must take refuge. We must have great fear, and we must have great fear on the basis of knowing the consequences of our negative karma. All the negative karma that we have collected since the beginning of time up to now. Even from morning to night, how much negative karma have we performed, have we done on the basis of the 10 non-virtues? How many times have we shouted at someone? How many times have we said negative things? How many times have we avoided helping? How many times have we been selfish? How many times have we selfishly said something harsh to someone? How many times have we killed an animal without knowing it by accident, insect? How many times we have actually beat someone? How many times have we hurt someone? How many times have we done that? And the activities and that negative karma is increasing day by day, day by day, becoming the size of a mountain that will overwhelm and crush you with sufferings and problems. So, knowing and fearing that this karma will come, and also knowing that you have so much suffering and problems now, one wishes to purify oneself from the sufferings. One wishes to get out of sufferings. One wishes to get out of the sufferings immediately, and the only place that we can get out is by taking refuge in the 3 tools. In this case, Buddha Vajrasattva, the Holy Dharma, and the Holy Sangha. The Buddha Vajrasattva is inseparable from our root guru. At this point, you would use this text that I have picked out today, which is very short, very easy to do. And here's a photo of Vajrasattva, white in color also, a line drawing. So at first, you visualize Vajrasattva above you and you take refuge. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. 3 times, not only from your mouth recite, but from your heart, knowing that they are the real beings that can take us out of suffering problems. We take refuge. After that, we generate bodhicitta. I will not purify my negative karma only for myself, but I wish to purify my negative karma in order that I may become a fully enlightened being, that I may purify my negative karma, that I may be able to practice the Dharma, understand the Dharma, see the Dharma, and gain the results of Dharma, so that I may become a fully enlightened being in order that I may bring all beings to full enlightenment. For this reason, I will do Vajrasattva's practice. Not think, I have money problems. If I do Vajrasattva, I get freedom from money. Yes, you will get freedom from money problems. No doubt. I'll do Vajrasattva because I'm very sick. Therefore, I want to have healing. I want to be free from my sickness. Yes, you will be free from your sickness regardless, because you will purify the negativity that create your sickness, that harm you. Yes, you will be free from anxieties and fears. You will definitely be free without having to think about it, without having to meditate upon it. That is a side benefit. Those are side benefits. If we go to A&W and order a hamburger, we don't have to worry about the ketchup and the salt and the pepper. It comes automatically. We think about what we want to order, it comes automatically. When we order a root beer, are we going to get a straw or not? It comes automatically. Definitely you get your straw. How are you going to suck through it without a straw? Not possible, right? So definitely these are side benefits. It will come. So without having to think that one should purify one's negative karma because one has so much obstructions in becoming a fully enlightened being. In order to become a fully enlightened being, one has so much problems, anxieties, lack of time, lack of knowledge, lots of ignorance, heavy ignorance, the wish to go out to waste our time, the wish to fall back into our delusional states, the wish to go back to our suffering state, the wish to continue doing negative actions, having a lot of doubts about our teachers, having a lot of doubts about the Buddha, even when we identify clearly that there is enlightenment, there's a cessation of suffering, there's a future life and next life. And again, we think, is there a next life? Is there not a future life? Is that right? It's not right. It is right, but your doubts arise from your own negative karma. As soon as the negative karma is cleared by years and years of practice, diligent practice, you will see your mind free of doubts. You will see, some of us, when we see our teachers, we immediately think negative things. We think very bad things. Even if the teacher has not done anything, we think negative things. Even if he has done something, we misinterpret it. Even if he has done something well, we still get very negative thoughts. These negative thoughts come down upon us spontaneously, without wanting, without thinking. They arise automatically. Why? Because the causes for them to arise are there. Our delusions, our negative karma. It's there. So even when these arise, we should not be hard with ourselves. We should not be difficult and think, oh, I'm such a bad person, I'm going to go to hell. Look at it, be detached, and realize this is a state of mind that you're living in. That is why you suffer. That is a state of mind that you are in. And there's no way to get out except by purifying the karma. When we sit there and we think and we examine ourselves, when we see someone, immediately negative things happen. Immediately we see them in this kind of light, in this kind of position, in this kind of light, this kind of appearance, this kind of disposition. Immediately, without having to be told. Usually when we see someone and see a situation, we see the negative side first. Usually when we see our guru, spontaneously we think negative things. Spontaneously we pinpoint and see and point out whether he has it or not, that negative point, and we focus on that. That is the result of our negative karma, our negative mental energy. That is the result of having a hateful mind. That is the result of having a negative mind from so many lifetimes and creating negative energy, negative karma of the body, speech, and mind, where it comes back to us.